Weatherman Womack. Good stuff. That's a check of the weather. Let's do a check of the markets. That's a good idea. Why don't we take a look and see what corn's doing right now today? It's been all over the place, but right now we've got that front month up 5.5 cents. That's May at 809.5. We've got 3 1/4 cents higher in July at 803, and then we've got a September market which is unchanged. But we want to really look at the DEES. That's the new crop. It's giving up some gains here. 2.5 cents lower, 744.5. Moving right along, he says, to the soybean market. What's happening on that board? That's we've got a decent gain in the May. Let's start looking at July, though. July's up 11 cents at 1702 3/4. And Novi New Crop up a shocking 1.25% to 1520 3/4, hanging on to that 1520 level. Let's take a peek at Chicago wheat. What do we have happening in Chicago wheat? Chicago wheat's taking it on the chin today, folks. July's off 25 3/4 cents to 1083 1/4. And we've got losses going out to the deferreds all the way out to March, which is off 17 cents at 1078. All right, how about hard red wheat in Kansas City? Let's take a look at this market. At 2 is off 21 1/4 cents in that July contract. 11.55 is last. About 8 cents, 7.5, 8 cents off the lows, so we're still not in too much danger territory, but we do see losses all the way out the deferreds to March, which has got an 18 1/4 cent loss to 11.43 1/4. How about spring wheat in Minneapolis? This one's also easier, not quite as much, 12 cents lower in that July contract to 11.60 1/4. And we also have a loss in March out the deferreds to 5 cents to 11. Actually, that hasn't traded yet today. A 9 1/4 cent loss in DEES to 11.47 even. Finally, let's take a look at cotton. Cotton got shellacked yesterday. It's climbing back today. It's about a third of it way back, right? We've got July up 151 points to 139.84. And that brings me to our next guest analyst, who's Tony Headrick with CHS. Tony, thanks for joining us here on the phone.
Thank you for having me.
So, what are your thoughts? What do you got for us?
Well, certainly a mixed. If you look broadly across commodities, my focus point on Wednesdays tends to be on energy here,
Yep.
and certainly we're seeing the same or similar type pattern there with EIA weekly inventory stats out today. So if I take a snapshot here, we're down 96 cents on crude oil, holding that $100 mark, 101.60. ULSD, or the diesel contract, remaining relatively well elevated here amid tight inventories. We did see a fairly decent drawdown in diesel stocks. Diesel stocks remain and are low, down 2.7 million barrels week on week. And so we're seeing ULSD, the nearby, up 2 1/4 there. RBOB is a bit softer, 321.77. So that translates into the gasoline price at the pump are a little bit softer there. Overall, we in focus to perhaps some of your audience here, we're taking a look at propane inventories up 1.6 million barrels last week. We are relatively low compared to history yet, and so with consideration of a backwardated market structure, we are proposing folks take a look at their fall and winter propane needs here in the near term.
Wow, that's a great wrap-up. You kind of covered it all for us there. Really appreciate it. That's Tony Headrick from CHS coming to us. We're going to go away, pay some bills, and come back. And I'm going to talk livestock with you when we come back after these messages.